I am back. Do not want to hit that with that. Trying to make it wrap a little bit because I don't want to have to work off any more steepness that I created by getting rid of this. The reason I braid so much on top of this diamond is when it's a square edge, it breaks pretty easily. It crushes. And I'm trying to catch it on top of that edge and support it to where it runs inward a little bit and doesn't have a super steep angle. It's way easier to get off a diamond than what I'm doing, but getting it off and have your optimal leave for yourself where you ain't behind the 8-ball. Well, the diamond's gone, but steep here and thickness there, and so what I'm going to end up having to do is try and do some overshooting and stuff to just really help myself from both sides of this isthmus, whatever this is called. It's like the locks on the Panama Canal. We got to make it through there with a big old load of flakes. That was one of the weirder things I've seen. I'm still exhausted from yesterday. All right, y'all. Okay. Big support. Medium bopper. Medium big bopper. Dang it. Now I gotta not put too much pressure on the back side in case I overshoot it. I don't want it to wrap down. Hopefully you can see how much those two flakes change the contours of this. Can't hit that one because it's too much of a concavity. It's drizzling rain on me, dang it. What the heck? Crushed it. Dang, come on, man. This is not good. I'm trying not to hit at too steep an angle because I'm way out on the end. I don't want to shock it. And really, this is a all sides puzzle where you need to be looking at both faces and both edges at the same time to try and figure out how many ways there are to skin whichever of the cats you're fighting. I'm sorry, I love cats. There's 2 cats in the house right now. It's an old saying. It should be banned from the English language. I love cats. If you don't love cats, you're not my friend. Right, you're my friend. If I tried to hold out for perfect friends, I just wouldn't have anybody at all. Plus, they might say, why am I your friend? You're not perfect. See how politically correct I can be, even when I'm trying to work a big old ugly rock? Oh, this is a pretty rock. Its mama probably loved it. Boy, you sure hey, you know. Okay, I just dropped an abrader off my table and hit that tray of points I was showing you and probably broke 3 or 4 of them. Just remember, the one thing I've taught you nothing about is organizational skills. And if you want to do this kind of work, you really need to get some from somewhere and not be like me. You know, my monitor that I have in front of me that lets me see whether or not I'm in camera is sitting on the bucket I usually use to support the back end of my work when I'm working on this end like this. So we may end up running into problems here. You may ask yourself, why am I doing all this crap down here on this little dinking on stuff instead of showing you the big fun stuff where I knock a flake of mile? And the answer is, if I don't do this stuff now, then when I get around to it, it might be a problem. I'm squeezing right here along this ridge, trying to make this flake sink a lot. Somehow I split that flake. Actually, I don't think I did. I think that's damaged next to it. We'll step up one. Ugly but effective. This is where I say, you know, I don't have organizational skills. I'm having to clean up after myself quite a bit here, or attempt to. Haven't fully succeeded yet. Got to be careful with some of this crap. So that's kind of this thickness and it's rolled. So when I'm hitting on this, I gotta barely catch the edge and have it down on the leather good. Because it's the opposite of what I want to be doing. I want to hit it that way, but you got to do what you got to do. Try and get weight off. As long as I don't, if I get weight off and don't get into where my point's gonna be and don't break it, that's about the goal right now. So I got supported down on my knee and I've got holding underneath here and holding along this ridge. The main thing I can't help you with other than organizational stuff is getting yourself enough practice to where you get accuracy, because you got to kind of have that. Okay, I've got to really hold this tight. See this big hump and how high that is? It's getting thin here, so now I got to start being careful with this. I'm going to hold it together tightly and just barely catch it and force that to cut off that by pushing on that. And hopefully you see from looking at that why you don't want to wait to do it later when you've thinned other areas. Work on the most dangerous crap, not the stuff that's ugliest. Ugly don't kill, dangerous does. So see, now I'm getting a little better contours there. And I'm hugging this thing every way I can when I'm doing that. Stepping back down, feeling the boppers. You know, y'all think you've seen me talk about burrs and file off burrs a lot with some of my other videos, but you ain't never seen an anti-burr obsession like I have when I'm working on big, long, thin blade. I go through like 4 files and 80 sets of nails. Oh yeah. You see how brave that was? Flat is safe. Steep is not. Georgetown is just too good. I need some really high grade, ginormous pedernales. high grade. I need like a lavender tabular peternalis the size of Dallas. Be all happy for a week. Okay, let's see. Burrs ain't your friend when you're hitting gtown. Thickness, big thickness. Sketchy platform. Not much convexity. What could go wrong? Yo, mama. Rock. I'm sorry, I love mamas. My wife is a mama. My mama was a mama. I don't know what to do with this. I'm running out of ideas. I could hit on top of this and try and come under there, which would be risky but funny. That's a novel thing to think of. Okay, ready? So I'm gonna hit right on top of that. Clean them up however you can. Now I'm gonna hit on top of that and try and put some social pressure on this rock. But see, I've got little splits in there, so this is fairly sketchy and probably a horrible idea. Nah, can't do it like that. That's what I wanted it to do. Oh my gosh. Look, look. I took off this hinge over here, I cleaned up stuff, and I wrapped that. I mean, it's a mackerel. I also like when I hit really big flakes and I hear them land on a pile of other big flakes, because that's a special sound I don't get to hear very often. But I'm a procrastinator, and what I really hate is that I don't like going through the piles of flakes looking for which ones I want to save and use. So I like put them all in a bucket, and then you end up with a bunch of buckets that you shouldn't have. And dang it, edge started failing. It kicked up more than I wanted. So it ran over to there, which is good, but that, you know, is a, what that did was it made a thin, weak area that's concave, so now it takes away my ability to run a flake or two across here for more thinning. So the more mistakes you have like that, the sooner you start running out of room. I mean, you can still make a point that looks really nice from the sides, but it's 4 inches thick and just never show people the side view. Oops. What did I just say? My Gary drill is going to be pretty bowed if I'm not careful. The situation doesn't bode well for my Gary drill. That's kind of like fingers on a chalkboard with all that ringing sound. I'm trying to just accidentally create something hittable. So far I don't see it. Go back.